The homie Uraf tweeted, "Finally we can share the Allay with you all. We still have some work to do on it, but I would love to hear your thoughts on it so far. What do you think of the Allay? What kind of adventures do you get up to together?" And then Minecraft tweeted, "In today's beta and preview for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, we're collecting your first impressions of this vote-winning flying mob, the Allay. Discover the full list of features and find out how to give us your all-important feedback." You guys know I'm all about feedback. I'm all about community ideas. So that's exactly what we're going to do in today's video, because I know you guys have a lot of feedback for the Allay, a lot of crazy and unique ideas that would definitely improve this cute flying mob called the Allay. So hopefully you guys are super excited for 1.19. I know I haven't been covering it a lot lately, but I promise you that's about to change. So if you're not a part of the Stealth Army already, what are you waiting for? Do me a real one, click that subscribe button, join the squad. I promise you, you won't regret it. We got a lot coming for the Allay, the Warden, the Deep Dark. You know the business. Leave a like as well if you're super hyped. With that said, let's jump straight into the video. Starting with feedback ideas. It needs no introduction. If you're new to the channel, you probably don't know this, but I love feedback. I cover it all the time. So what we're gonna do is just simply type in Allay and see what the community has been saying. Some of these ideas I believe I've covered already, but considering Mojang's looking for feedback, we're gonna be covering feedback. We want these ideas for the Allay. It's what this website's designed for, is sharing our thoughts, sharing our ideas with the developers, with Mojang and the community. So I really, truly hope they are considering these ideas. Singing Allay. The Allay has a lot of uses, and on top of that, it loves music. It'd be really amazing if the Allay could sing in relation to notes you play on the note block. It would have its own sound like a chiptune. It would sing along to note blocks you play. When multiple Allay are in the same area, they may each try a different octave of the note being played or harmonize with one another. This would add a lot of personality to the Allay as a music-loving mob. Another idea could be that it sings whenever it returns to you or the closest note block, notifying you about its return from collecting. I don't think the Allay should sing along with music discs, but instead dance and twirl to the song. Bonus. The note block could be used as a way to find the Allay. By placing it down and playing it, Allays would move towards it while singing the same note. A lot of cool and interesting ideas here. I really agree with this idea for the most part in relationship with the Allay should be singing more, they should be dancing more. They just seem like creatures that are really happy, that are just high-spirited, and just love to maybe play around. They love to dance, like twirling. We don't really get that. I don't think so right now. Like, they don't really twirl or dance or anything like we saw during the Minecraft live trailer. So I'm hoping we get that. I'd love to see them sing, especially when they're really, really happy. Like, we're literally going to rescue them. We're going to the Woodland Mansion, a very dangerous area. We're also going to the Outpost, another dangerous area, to rescue these happy, lovely creatures. And I feel like maybe once we rescue them, they should like dance and twirl, or maybe like fly in circles, or do something to show that they're really happy, that they just love you, and maybe they want to be like around you all the time, and maybe that's how you tame them as well. They also need to explore music more. I feel like for every note, or possibly every music disc, they should have a dance or be able to, I don't know, sing to it like this idea was suggesting. But share your ideas and thoughts down below when it comes to the singing Allay, when it comes to dancing Allays, or just how they interact with you after you save them. Next one we have is Allay Fear Vexes. And right off the bat, I'm a little disappointed here that Mojang hasn't yet, keyword being yet, explored the relationship between Allays and Vexes. Clearly, there's a tie there, considering that we find Allay in Outpost, and we find Allay in Woodland Mansions, which are heavily guarded by Illagers, and of course, the Evokers. So there's some sort of relationship and tie there, and we just don't really see it displayed yet. But here's the idea. Allay should run away if a Vex gets too close, and maybe has a scared animation to it. So I do like the idea of the Allay reacting to the Vex I also equally like the idea of the Vex reacting in some shape or form to the Allay. Maybe they're both mutually scared of one another. Maybe the Vex is like, whoa, what is this? And the Allay is like, holy cow, you look dangerous. So I like the idea of them both maybe going the opposite direction after a while of shaking or something. Or maybe the Vex is just super aggressive and wants to kill the Allay, and the Allay can just simply go invisible, like vanish. That's also a really cool idea, but no matter what, I think I just want to see something. I just want to see some sort of interaction that is clearly visible instead of them just being like passive and like, oh, it's not a big deal. The Bottle of Allay is a new item that can be traded with the Wandering Trader for a cost of 50 emeralds. Wandering Trader has a 100% chance of trading it and can be splashed to summon Allay. So I'm not really sure if I agree with this idea. Like, I don't like the idea of the Wandering Trader having an Allay. If you guys disagree, that's fine too. I do, however, like the idea of being able to store Allay in a bottle or some sort of jar. And it can't be animal cruelty because the Allay are made-up creatures. They're fairy creatures in Minecraft, so I don't see how this would be controversial. I think it'd be a really cool way to not only protect the Allay, but to bring them with you wherever you go. I mean, I've personally had 5 Allay despawn on me in survival. I was streaming it the other day, and they just simply vanished. So having an Allay you can carry with you, especially if you don't want it to go out and find stuff. Maybe you're just cool with it being in the jar or bottle until you get to a certain area when you're mining, when you're strip mining in a cave or something, and then you want the Allay to be out there. I think this is a really interesting feature. But in terms of being able to get it from a Wandering Trader, I think that defeats the purpose of rescuing the Allay. So share your ideas down below. Alay Upgrade. Allays don't have much potential. Not many people like the Allay. So I thought of an idea where it could fight. If you were to give it a sword, it could fight mobs. Or if you could use an emerald and trade it, the Allay would go find something new for you. So it looks like you simply just don't like the Allay. Maybe you voted for Team Copper Golem, and I get it. Look, I try and look at both angles, multiple perspectives. I understand that not everybody's simply gonna like an idea, or they don't even have to like this idea or feature, but I think overall the Allay is a solid helper. There's things that I do want to see improved in terms of the distance, how far out it can go to help you, in terms of it being tameable. Maybe you don't want it to follow you. Maybe you want it to follow you from further away. Maybe you just don't want it to collect anything and just fly high. I feel like we should have some options in terms of being able to interact with it. I think they need to explore more in terms of its music-loving nature as well as its dancing abilities, seeing it twirl and all these other things. I think we need more variety in terms of colors. Why is there just one color for the Allay? It just seems like a wasted opportunity only to give us a blue Allay. You're talking about a fake creature, a made-up spirit, or fairy. We need yellow, green, purple, black, red, all the colors, right? So I do think there's several ideas that would make this mob more enjoyable, and hopefully more people will appreciate the Allay as a result. So fingers crossed. But in terms of the Allay fighting, I don't really agree with that. I don't like that idea. But an alternative idea would be maybe if the Allay is scared, it will go invisible, or possibly it will like shoot out this mist or dust that slows down a mob, or it puts it to sleep. The sleeping idea is probably a little broken, but I do like the idea of it like giving out fairy dust in a certain area, and then it can slow the mob so it's not as fast. So the last idea for today's video is called Allay using Chest. And if you guys want to see me make a part 2 or a part 3 or just continue talking about the Allay and other ideas, please help me out. Leave a like. It really does help the channel, especially because YouTube doesn't really promote videos without likes, right? So here's the idea. A friend of mine had a great idea for the upcoming mob vote the Allay. What if, aside from helping you find extra items of a kind, if they detected a chest or several within a certain range or line of sight, they would first look inside them. He said this would be great if you need more of something and don't want to or can't move much to get it, or if you have made a mess of your chest. I find it to be an amazing idea and would give it much more use and personality. It'd be fun seeing a cheeky little mob check your chest because a friend handed it something. What do you guys think? I like this idea a lot. I like the idea of the Allay being able to open chests, interact with them. I think if we want to go a little bit further, maybe they can only interact with Ender Chest. I think if we make it specifically for Ender Chest, it doesn't complicate things too much, and it still allows everybody to take advantage of this feature, and maybe it can indirectly connect the Allay with the end somehow. Maybe that explains where they came from. I don't know, but share your ideas down below. I would love for Allay to be able to grab items from your chest. Maybe you have to bring the Allay to the Ender Chest and sync it with it somehow so it doesn't automatically go to the Ender Chest to grab items or organize them. And just the concept of the Allay being able to place the items it collects inside a chest. Maybe, for instance, you have the jukebox right next to a chest, and instead of it dropping items off at the jukebox, it instead places the items inside that chest. So if it has coal in its hand, and it has a chest right next to the jukebox, it will place the coal inside of the chest instead of just dropping it off on the floor next to the jukebox. These are all the ideas for this video. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. I appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you all in the next video, so take care. Peace.